That's so interesting that you talk about embracing the uncertainty of your personal life. As someone who's focused a lot on the asset allocation for our clients, I'm always talking about uncertainty of the world and market events. But you're right, there is such great uncertainty of your personal life, and that requires a lot of flexibility. You have branded your financial process as agile financial planning, which I really love. I think it really embraces what the modern advisor in many cases is doing, but is not by all means universal at this point. And I think accepting uncertainty as a very healthy part of this equation is a really important piece of that. So, I mean, maybe you've already kind of covered this, and I actually believe that's one of the principles of your agile process. Maybe you could walk us through some of the principles of what you feel is an agile financial planning process.
Yeah, and a lot of this is borrowed from the agile project methodology that software is developed with. Well, let's talk about uncertainty, is to accept uncertainty. And the way you phrased it is we think so much about markets and economies and everything else and those things are fundamentally unknowable and uncontrollable. So the foundation of an agile process is how do we control the controllable and not spend too much time noodling on things that we actually can't control, markets, economy, interest rates. And so it always comes back to one, accepting uncertainty. Sure, we have to have long-term assumptions, but let's not get overly obsessed with the assumptions or what's going to zig and zag because we can't know that. And it is going to distract us from spending time on things that we can do. So accepting uncertainty. Collaboration is a big component of an agile process in the sense that, I work as a retirement planner, so I'll speak from this perspective. What I bring to the table as, say, the project manager is the framework and what we should do and when, because I've walked this journey so many times. And rather than have a client come to me and give me all their stuff and me just tell them what to do, which is sort of a delegation, what I think is more helpful is the client comes with, well, their life. They know their life better than anybody else. And this is what it's all about, their life. And they have other skills as well. So in collaborating, let's say from an advisor-client relationship, it's much healthier for us to think through how do we do this together than it is for me to tell them what to do or for them to drive it. So collaboration gets to better results. And then lots of communication. And so those are some of the things that are encompassed in more of an agile approach.
In that collaboration strikes me as a piece where and I'm blanking on the author in the book, maybe it's Robert Cialdini, and maybe the book is Influence. And if not, it's something close to that, where it talks about if you're trying to get someone to take the right action or take your point of view, it's better for it to be their idea in some sense. And I find, at least when picking a portfolio, for example, someone might choose an index portfolio, some might choose an ESG portfolio, some might want to do factor investing where they have higher returns, or at least higher expected returns. But if I tell you which one is optimal and you don't believe me, then you're going to bail when it matters. And similarly, if you're going to follow a financial planning process that could by no means predict whatever random set of events unfold in the next 2 months or 2 years or 2 decades, it all falls apart if you don't believe in it also. So I really do love the collaboration piece in so many different ways. And I think for advisors, you used to just be selling products, whereas now you really are coaching. You've said that walking side by side with your clients is more so than using a bunch of jargon and throwing a bunch of numbers out there and saying, see, this is what the data says, so let's do it. I think you have to help people arrive at the solution and understand. You mentioned communication is key. Understand the why we're doing something so that when it looks like it's all falling apart, if you understand that reasoning, you can stay the course.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many, you hit it right on the head, Peter. It doesn't matter how many facts are behind you. Just saying, here's all the models, here's how it looks. And this could be whether you're doing it on your own with software or working with a planner. We've input all the data. You will be okay. Don't worry. That's just faith. That's not hope. And I think having ownership of a plan and having some confidence that you have a system to be able to make little adjustments along the way helps you get that agency and gives you a pathway. So I always tell people a story, Peter, when it comes to retirement, Because retirement is about outcomes. It's about life outcomes. It's not about optimizing money. It's about optimizing life, right? And the story I tell people, and generally I'm dealing with people that don't see this as a possible outcome for them. And what I tell them at the beginning is, hey, look, we can do everything right in managing life as it unfolds and looking for risks and opportunities and making little adjustments along the way. But at the end of the day, you may have to live in a trailer, even if we do everything right, because the future is unknowable. If we had the perfect storm of life events, life shocks, inflation, bad investments, bad investment return sequences, higher taxes, on and on and on and on, there's nothing, there's only so much you can lean into the wind, regardless of how much agency you have. And we can't figure all this out. And I know that's really scary. But what we can do is, if we have a process where we're constantly reassessing what is important to us and what are the resources we have and what are risks and opportunities we can take little baby actions on and make lots of little adjustments along the way, even if everything goes wrong, we're going to be mitigating and making the most of life as we iterate to whatever that end is. That's the best that we got. That's sort of what life is. And so the key is controlling those controllables and not spending so much time focused on things outside of your control.